welcome to Shut Up Say Tuesdays. How are you guys doing? Listen, I brought some friends with me. Yes, 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 yes. So, hey, ladies, how you doing?
Hi.
You doing?
Oh Lord, they all shy and stuff. Okay, so let me do some introductions. So we got Jakia. Everybody knows Jakia. What's up, Jakia? How you doing? She getting situated. She gotta move stuff around. She said peace. Okay, peace, love, and
Y'all know
happiness.
I'm always having
Tremaine, what's
technical difficulties.
we know the tech team is helping you in 2.3 seconds. Tremaine, how are you today?
Good. Just getting ready for
Good.
this seminar.
You getting ready for what now?
This seminar on Saturday.
Yes, that's some hot tea we got to talk about. This seminar coming up. Listen, August is moving by really fast. And
Yeah.
Corey is new to the podcast. Hey, Corey,
Hi.
how are you
Hi,
today?
I'm
Corey.
doing good.
Hello, Jakia. How are you? I'm gonna be
Ooh,
better in a
Lordy.
second.
Okay. Yeah, some of us, y'all see my glasses. Some of us are used to the shenanigans. The rest of us may be a little bit new to it, but it's okay. She'll get it together, and then she'll talk noise pretty soon. So, what have you guys been up to lately? Anything?
Working.
Nothing.
I have a lot of stuff coming up in August, so just been preparing for different events that I have coming up. So
Okay, being prepared. Okay, August is a busy month. Listen,
it
listen.
is.
What? Why is it August already? Is the question. I could have sworn we just said
Right.
Dr. Martin Luther King Day or something. Uh, Happy Mother's Day. Why did it go by so fast? I don't understand. I don't understand. So, you got plans for August?
No.
Jackie?
My plans are to ensure that children are enrolled in school so that they can attend school.
Oh Lord, do we even want to
Because
talk?
I like them better when they're not home all day.
Don't be like that.
That's what I've discovered.
Don't don't
I love them more when they're not home all day.
You miss
don't.
them just a little bit.
So
You get to miss them
Just a little bit.
just a little bit.
that'll start like second semester. I'll start like, but this first whole semester, I got excited when I realized that school starts a week from today. I thought I had another week. No, I just got to ride this week out Tuesday.
And that's it.
Won't it
Mm.
do it?
Y'all,
I'm gonna make a TikTok video.
wait, do y'all get emotional when y'all children go to school? Like,
Absolutely
I mean, do,
no, no,
I
no.
thought that it was gonna be hard today.
We get
When I dropped.
emotional in what kind of way?
I thought it
wait,
was gonna be
Like
hard
emotional, we get the
today
help
when I dropped my son off at school. But I was like, come on, let's go. Come on, yeah, come on.
I
Yeah.
It
mean,
was
so,
easier this year, but a little part of me was like, oh, he in the first grade, he'll be kid. He was like, go. I was like,
oh,
Oh,
he
clutch
pushed
out.
you away. Like, go
you have
ahead.
a
Come
Like,
baby.
on.
bye, mom.
He was like,
Listen,
bye, mommy.
Oh.
I thought the parents supposed to be all, oh, my baby's going to school and shed a tear and all that. Is that not how that works?
No,
Maybe during pre-K,
Girl,
3,
please.
4, and kindergarten. But
Oh,
first grade, you an adult at this point.
I have a
Honey,
15-year-old, so no, we're
I
we're
not
good.
appreciate it.
We're good.
wait. Hold on a second. Not in kindergarten. You're an adult at this point.
First
I'm
grade,
not
you an
putting.
adult. He
Oh,
told me why. Basically told me to get out of his classroom.
And they
oh,
do make them walk to class by themselves at that age, don't they?
Yes, but I got
Yeah,
a chance to walk him to his class
Mm-hmm.
so I can drop off his school
Mm-hmm.
oh.
supplies with
yeah.
him. And he goes to KIP and they started school Monday.
Okay.
So everybody was shocked, like, girl, your baby already in school.
Okay.
Yeah, get out my
Okay.
house. Bye.
Dang,
Go
he
ahead, get the
already
education like your
into
mama doing. No, no.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh.
Go ahead, get the education like your mama doing. Come on. He was like, get
Tremaine, you
out.
say,
Yeah. I'm telling you.
Tremaine, oh, you have a teenager.
I
So it's a
have,
little different for
yeah.
you.
So I have 2 college and 1 teenager, and she
Mm.
don't want me walking her to class. We're good.
She don't even want you staying that long. Oh my gosh. Well, okay. I never had the opportunity to experience that. I
Let
must
me know if you need a borrowed kid.
I'm saying it
I
gets
mean,
real
I already got
overrated real
kids.
quick.
It
Quick,
gets
very quick.
I really like to see the first day of school pictures. Everybody just so cute and just I mean, I don't know. I just feel so oh look at you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the teenagers, they don't dress up like they used to.
You
Yeah.
get
They don't
over it.
dress up. Come on now.
Yeah. You
They
get
wear
over it when they belong to
pajamas
you.
and everything else. So,
Come on.
yeah. Yeah.
Not to school.
Yeah.
What? You're supposed to be looking
I don't even
the
go to the shop
flyest.
anymore.
You're supposed to be looking the flyest when you in
They don't.
what grade is it again?
No, we did that.
I know.
We were ready for the first day of school, casket sharp, got the outfit laid
Hair
out
did,
all the
nails
way to your
done.
socks and
All of
shoes.
it.
These
Pressed and
kids,
starched.
these kids literally roll out of bed and sloth their way to
Not
the bus stop.
sloppy.
They barely
Yeah,
wash
that's
their face
exactly
and
what I
brush
was gonna
their
say.
teeth.
Half of them don't even look like they took a bath. So,
Oh, you louder.
Yeah. Like they just roll out the bed and I'm like, I be asking my niggas, you
Right.
wearing that?
What? What is the deal? See, but okay,
Yeah.
I don't know.
We can
I
go
mean,
on and on.
They
They
different.
very different.
Yeah, these kids are a
Very
little different.
you know, I saw
We couldn't wait.
right. I couldn't wait for the first day of school because you had your outfits already planned in your head, from the shoes to the earrings to everything. So I mean, maybe that's why I
Yeah.
get so excited.
Couldn't hardly sleep. You so excited to
Right.
get up and be going to school, showing off
Right.
your new outfit. These
Down
kids,
here.
no ma'am.
Wear new clothes.
They about to cry when you wake them up.
She said in their clothes.
Right.
Well, I mean, okay. Well, hopefully you guys will survive a little bit longer with school start. Tremaine, have you already started school? I mean, not you, but your child.
She starts on the 6th. No, 13th. 13th.
Oh, okay. So next week, same. Okay. I didn't know if since you're in a different state, if you guys are starting
No,
later
we're
or
getting rid of them next week too.
good. Listen, it's been a lot of mess that's been going on in 2025. Is there anything in particular that has gotten on your last nerve for 2025? Look at the kid's face. Fix your face. I'm gonna need you to fix
Ma'am.
your face.
You probably should have asked what hasn't
Oh, what
gotten on my
hasn't
nerves in
gotten on your
2025.
nerves? I mean, for one, I know you said the kids
Because it's been a lot that's been got
on your
on my
nerves.
nerves.
Right. A lot.
A lot.
Well, do you got your top three?
Yes, it's
What's your top three? Anybody got a top three?
No, I don't have no top 3.
Tremaine said,
it's equally frustrating.
Tremaine, you don't have a top three of things that you just okay. Oh, we pleading the fifth?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, all right then. Well, we won't plead the fifth. We'll leave that alone because Shudder T is not
It hit you with my Dave Chappelle. 1, 2, 3, 4,
Right.
5th.
Shudder T is not responsible for any type of what's that disclaimer? How'd it go? Help me out, Jakim, with the word.
What is it? The views and the opinions expressed of the panelists are not necessarily the views of Shirley.
There you go. That's what it is.
Thank you. I'm gonna have to type that down at the bottom so it can run across the banner. Thank you, appreciate that, because I was struggling with that for a minute. So
Yeah, I don't want to
You
get
don't
you
wanna
shut
get me
down,
shut-
so I'll keep my comments.
we're not gonna get shut down. What? This is freedom. This
I
is
know.
freedom of speech.
This is who it were.
Don't believe the hype.
Ma'am, you don't exist no more.
I'm not gonna go there. It's still freedom of speech. You know, you have the right to. Everybody has a right to an opinion, right?
Ish. I thought you
If
were going
they-
to say the right to remain silent.
Yeah, because that's really what you got these days is the right to remain
Yeah.
silent. You better keep your opinion in your house and don't speak too loud. The
Right.
walls is listening.
That
And
is
your
true.
electronics.
Right.
That
We ain't even
part.
gonna talk about that.
Yeah.
We gonna leave that alone. We gonna leave that alone.
So
'Cause that,
I will say something that I'm very disappointed in at the present moment is that we are now 50 in
mm,
education.
wait a minute.
But
We
that
were already
doesn't
at
seem
49 and a half.
I mean, and I know that, and that's already disappointing. But the fact that we are 50 and we are concerned about other
Mm,
stuff instead of trying to move up the list instead of as opposed to consistently moving
mm.
down the list, that has been very,
That-
very
yes.
frustrating because there's so much more stuff that they could be focused
Mhm.
on Lincoln Boulevard,
Not you saying Lincoln
but they're not.
Boulevard.
And we keep slipping. And so now we are
Mm.
50, and that still ain't a concern.
Well, I think if I'm not mistaken, we are on the road to being the top 10 or something. I don't forgot the ending part. But trying to be the top.
I can tell you what we're the top 10 in. Would you like to know some of the things we're top 10 in?
Sure. Education. Tremaine.
Okay. Uh,
I'm afraid to hear this. Go ahead.
Obesity,
Mm.
divorce, incarceration. Those are some of the top three things that we are the top 10
Oh,
in.
wow. Obesity, divorce, and incarceration. Now, speaking of divorce,
Mhm. And that's incarceration for both men and women. I believe for women we are number one.
oh, yeah. Yeah, I heard about that.
We incarcerate more women per capita than anywhere in the entire
Mm.
world. We're
I'm
number
not
one.
playing with you. I'm not playing with you.
I'm just saying.
So what can we do? And I say we as people that are not involved in politics, so to speak. What can we do to kind of help us move up the ladder? Now, Tremaine, I know you're in a different state, but your input is just as valuable because we want to know your children halfway grown. Well, you got two grown ones and one almost there, but what can we do to kind of help with our education? Like what's the issue?
We need to educate ourselves.
Mm,
The schools don't care about our kids anymore. They care about what's the little ticket thing that they're giving. They're passing out the little voucher that they're passing out. That's what they care about. They care about the school
Mm-hmm.
vouchers. They don't care about our
Yep.
kids. They're taking Black
Yep.
history out of the school. So we need to educate our own kids.
mm. Okay. Now, what voucher are you talking about?
Absolutely.
So I know in Texas they have a voucher that it's almost like a lottery voucher or something like that
Okay.
for kids going to school, private schools.
Huh.
They
Oh,
have
okay.
to,
We
yeah.
have that as well.
Okay, I know what you're talking about.
And we don't I'm trying to think of I don't think we have a voucher, but what they do is you get you get tax money or an incentive or something dealing with taxes to send your kids to private schools. Now, it was supposed to be, I think it's called school choice, is what it was supposed to be. And it was supposed to be a way that lower income parents could send their kids to quote unquote better
Right.
schools. Coincidentally, all of the money for the program has
That's
gone to the
exactly what I
rich
was going to
family.
say. It's going to the rich family while the rest of our kids get left behind. So educating your kids
Yep,
at home, making sure that they know who they are, is
absolutely.
essential.
Now,
Yep.
Corey, you want to chime in on this? I know you the youngest one of the bunch.
I
She's like,
ain't gonna lie, I go to the Capitol. Y'all work for us. If I just personally feel like if I have a concern, I'm going to go sit down. I'm going to sit down. I'm going to say I got a bill passed in the Capitol just by opening up my mouth, and I'm working on a bill now for felons because I'm so tired. Child, I'm so tired. But
Yeah.
I go talk to who's AJ Pittman, Nikki Nice. Um, I don't know who
Mm-hmm.
won 97 district yet. I haven't really looked on the Facebook page to see who, but it was two wonderful women. I think one was a Delta. I think the other one was a Zeta. They were going against each other for House District 97 for the East Side. Yeah, and I'm going to go present my bills to them too because what y'all doing? Like, my whole thing is, I'm from Houston. School was important to go. When you dropped out of school, it was like you dropped out of school.
Right.
Me, when I dropped my son off at school today, I love the school. I love the new school that he had. I'm not going to talk down on his old school. I just feel like they're more hands-on on where he at. When I voiced my opinion as a parent, they was like, oh, we own it. We this, we that, we this, we that. When I voiced my opinion at this private school that I took my baby to, they was like, oh, it's only 1 to certain ratio, and we just don't have the time. But y'all not gonna play with my baby education though. And that whole no kid left behind, I'm not worried about it. I'm talking about now. We're talking about in the now. Y'all trying to take so much, put Bibles in the school, make the kids do the Pledge of Allegiance again, take out our history as if we don't exist. We made this. Our ancestors made this. Not y'all. Y'all stole it from everybody and tried to make it your own.
Right.
Baby, I said y'all real ghetto out here.
Yeah.
And when I saw that they was trying to impeach Ryan, Mr. Ryan, I was just like, these are the people that y'all voted for. These are the people that y'all voted for. I'm going to keep saying, these are the people that y'all voted for.
Right.
I loved when it was presented, but y'all thought y'all was playing when Miss Jasmine said that Project 2025 was real, and y'all thought she was playing because she was an educated Black woman. And now look, Project 2025 is unfolding, and now I can't believe I voted. Yeah, no.
Why they clutch their pearls?
No, don't clutch them invisible pearls now, Bookie.
Yes.
You knew.
You are involved in this too. If you low income, got Social Security, food stamps, this what you voted for. You voted for this red salmonella. This what you voted for, baby. Take everything that came with them, baby.
Yeah.
You be sitting up here crying. I remember scrolling on Facebook, and there was a guy that a Mexican guy, I think his wife was immigrant. He was writing letters to Trump, asking Trump to bring his wife back over because ICE had picked her up. He was like, I voted for you, and
he didn't care about you.
He didn't care about you. He wanted that vote. He didn't care.
After he got it, you.
After you got it, you didn't matter because ICE was sitting at our front door. Like, hey, I'm coming to get you. Hey, how you doing? How you doing? Hey.
Yeah.
You know, I think one thing that we have steered away from is having the understanding that parenting starts at the house.
Yeah.
What I've noticed, and I don't really have a lot of time, but when I start to scroll, I've seen videos of people saying, I'm not buying school supplies because the school supplies is going to the teachers, and the teachers, they're the one that's using all these school supplies. What I need to buy this for, and they just going off. And I'm just like, well, now wait a minute. And this is something that I kind of want to take. I want to make 2 points. One about school supplies. For one, when you buy the list of school supplies, and let's say some schools require for you to turn it all in on day one. Some of them, they want you to break it down. A lot of those supplies, they're out of those supplies before fall break even comes around. Plain example about Kleenex. Let's just talk about Kleenex. Now, I'm not trying to talk about nobody's kids, but a lot of them kids are nasty. Y'all don't wash your hands. Y'all nose is crusted. It's all green and everything. And how do I know I'm not an educator? Because I have someone that's been teaching for over 52 years. I ain't trying to get them in trouble or nothing like that. However, but her immune system is often attacked because the kids come to school and they're sick. They don't wipe, they don't use a napkin. They do this. They do that. They do this.
They don't cover their mouth.
And then you touch it on other stuff, and germs just kind of spread everywhere. So that little box of Kleenex that you buy, yes, it's to help them, but it's usually gone by the time cold and flu season arrive. And so this is what frustrates me about this whole school supply list, because I don't remember buying school supplies, well, going to get school supplies when I was in high school. I don't remember none of that. But I do know that when you have your supplies, sometimes you may run out of stuff, depending on, what you're working on and how much work you have to do. But it's like what happened to the point to where the parents are invested in their kids' future? If your child can rap these songs that I don't even know the words to, but they can't even spell the word cat or even spell their name, child, we
All
got
right,
a
it.
problem.
All right, it.
Or write
All
it.
right, it.
Right.
So I will say, and this is just my opinion, that goes back to the politicians. And so you asked what we could do. We have to get involved in politics
Mhm.
again because you are right. When we were in school, we didn't really have to buy the type of school supplies that we have to buy now because it was supplied by our
That's true.
taxes, our to the school districts like they were. So the schools don't have the supplies that they
Hmm.
had to supply. Now, I personally don't have a problem with that. That's fine, whatever. But that's the difference. And what we don't do is we don't hold our legislators accountable for the things that we
Bingo.
put them in office to do.
To
You're
do. Yeah.
taking tax dollars out of the school to do other things. That's not what I need you to do with that money. We should never be taking money out of the schools to educate the kids. You know what I'm saying? And so all of that stuff kind of plays in together. These kids aren't able to read and write and do math and all of that stuff because they don't have no books. You might have
Hmm.
a teacher that has 40, 50 kids, but they might only have 20 books. So the kids
They
can't bring
don't.
homework home because there's not enough books for them to bring. Because if the first hour brings home books, then that means the second, third, fourth, and fifth hour kids
Don't
don't
have
have
any.
books. That
Do
is
they still
direct
give books?
relevance,
No.
huh?
I was gonna say I don't even think they give books anymore because I know my daughter. I don't think I've seen a book since
In
probably before
years.
COVID.
And you know what they did with them books? You know what they did with the books?
Trash them.
Exactly.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
They
Yeah,
trashed them. Y'all made me have a hot flash. Sorry,
yeah.
y'all.
I
Yes,
don't think people give books.
they
I think
trashed them, put them directly in the trash. And this is what's
yeah,
frustrating for me because um not just the academic books they throw in the trash, but the reading books. A few
Yes.
years back, they started clearing out different libraries at different schools.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And if they didn't like a certain book, if it was termed a certain way, and I'm even talking about Native American books that talks about, the sunflower moon or whatever, they were throwing them books in the trash. If no one came and picked them up, they literally
yeah.
went in the trash. And so this is what's frustrating for me. Why are we throwing books away? We
Yeah.
throwing books away, but then we barely have a lot. If you guys ever, well, you guys have children, but if you ever go to your child's school, just go to their library.
Mm-hmm.
It's not as big as you think it is. It's not that much in there because they keep changing the reading curriculum. And I'm like, I don't understand why we keep changing the reading curriculum when you haven't even successfully used the one that you already have.
Mhm.
But not
So when
only
they
are
talk
they getting rid of those books, they're getting rid of the textbooks, the workbooks, the school books that actually have the work in them
about
for you to
yeah,
Everything
do.
is on
They don't even have
everything is
those.
on a computer now,
Chromebook.
or it's in a worksheet.
yeah.
Um, like my
Here's the
son,
kicker
he
on
comes
that
home with
though.
like a worksheet, and I'm like, "Where's the book?"
Here's the
Hmm.
kicker
I
on
get
that
it that
though.
you was in kindergarten,
They
but I'm
don't even
like,
have enough Chromebooks for the kids to bring the
I'm
Chromebooks
like,
home
where
to
the
do the
book
work.
at?
Right.
And
Oh,
I'm used to having math, science, social studies, reading. We had a book for each class.
We don't
right.
do that.
And
Like
your
we had a book
backpack
for
hurt
each
every time you
class.
put it in the backpack.
And then
Yep.
when you got the book, if the class didn't have the books before, then we passed our books down to the next class.
There you
Mhm.
go.
Like, and then my
Pass it on
sister,
down.
I remember one time she had asked her son to sign his signature and he printed his name. She was like, "That's not your signature." He was like, "Mama, what you talking about?" She was like, "Sign your signature, baby." He was like, Mama, I
Somebody
did.
in the comments said that they're not
He was
teaching
like,
cursive.
no, in cursive. He was like,
Mm-mm.
what is that? I was like,
What
they
is
not
that?
teaching the babies how to do cursive in school no more.
No,
They
No.
learned that in
They
the
took it out.
second grade. Them folks
Nope.
were playing with us.
they took it out.
That's
Nope.
Which
because I
They
didn't know
just
how to
said
say their name.
detrimental, because when you have to conduct business, you have to print and sign your name.
And
And the
right,
signature,
right.
it cannot be the same. You printing
But
your name is not
the
the same
teachers
as you
didn't know how
signing.
to. They took it out because the teachers didn't know how to. Couldn't understand the kids' handwriting.
What is the point of you understanding my handwriting? You know that's my name,
They're
right?
not teaching it.
If I print out my name, what is my signature? Maybe this is my signature. I don't care if
This-
it's ugly, nice, raggedy. I don't care if it's my initials. I did my signature. You asked for a signature. Why did y'all take that out? I remember
but
walking in my second grade class and they was up on a chalkboard.
Yeah.
Oh, right. For you to, yep. Say, okay,
Be
girl,
like, come
you
on,
ain't,
let's
you ain't
practice
too much
our
talking
eyes
enough.
today. Let's practice our E's
Yeah.
today. And I'm just like,
Mhm.
You got to
okay,
teach
certain things that I'm
You
that
gotta
I'm
teach
paying
yourself,
attention
yeah.
to is no longer in the school district. Even as a college student,
Yeah.
even
Right.
as a college student myself, I will go in. I'm like, okay, they give me a certain amount of money for books. I'm like, oh, I can just use this version. Cause ain't this the same work that y'all did last year that we doing this year? They're like, oh no, you got to get the 2.5.
The 2.5.
Why? When you just on 2.1? And why is this book $180?
Ooh,
Yeah.
books are expensive.
And a lot of the classes are virtual. The books are virtual now. So
Yes.
you
The
pay
books are
$100 for a virtual book.
Most of the kids are on computers.
What is a virtual
Nobody
book?
actually have a book. Open this book to page 12.
Mhm.
Rachel, read paragraph 6. Michael, I want you to read paragraph 10. The
Kids
teacher
don't
be
know how
like,
to
Oh,
there
read
you go.
those.
They don't make them read out loud because they don't want to embarrass them. They don't make them get up
That's not
and
how
do
we grew
the
up.
repetition of the
That's not
like
how we
of the
grew up.
multiplication facts and stuff. They don't do that. They don't do that.
That's not how
I
we grew
was
up.
specifically
And now I
told
see why us
we
generation
don't
parents
want
be frustrated
the kids.
when we say
Yes.
Johnny had 5 apples.
That
But
part.
if you take away
How many
2, how many apples do you got?
Yeah.
6.
Yep.
Get that
They
Johnny
told me we don't do that because we don't want the kids to feel embarrassed if they don't know the answer.
But it helps the
Well,
kids to be prepared. If they know they're gonna read in class, then they
Absolutely.
growing up.
Right, right.
Absolutely. So,
They allowed us, and even if somebody didn't understand the whole class, help them out, class. Read.
they don't do that now,
Yep.
baby.
They sure
That-
don't,
that-
because you
that-
just
I-
because the
I-
majority of the time can't help
How
them
you
out.
know Johnny can complete a complete sentence if you don't allow him to read out loud, which gives a kid a confidence to go home and say, "Mommy, I got a chance to read out loud today."
Mhm.
Because
I
according
asked
to
my
the
baby, I said,
schools
"What you
now,
did
that
today?"
doesn't build confidence. That ruins
Not with
their
my baby. What you do today?
self-esteem, because if they can't read it, then they're embarrassed. If other kids laugh at them, then they're. But I'm telling y'all what the
And
schools
this is how
told
the
me.
bully started. But
Oh,
then
I-
this,
oh,
the
I
bully
know.
part,
That's
this is how the name
for the
calling
kids.
started.
And then that's why they don't have patience and stuff like that, because we're
Yep.
making it so easy for them
That's it.
that now when they struggle, they
Mhm.
spaz out because
Yep.
they can't get it. We're
They
making it
can get it.
That's the difference between our generation and their generation, is
Yep.
because we're babying them. That's
Absolutely.
why
Right.
you see so many kids
Absolutely, we are.
and killing the teachers and everything
Yep.
else because they're spazzing out.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
listen,
They
listen.
don't know how to handle adversity and disappointment and all of that. And I hate to use the
But
word
we had
weak,
to feel
but
growing
that's
up.
essentially what it is. They're not
Yeah.
strong in how to handle the data, and it's really handicapping them because in the real world is still functioning the old school way. The real world
Right.
ain't functioning on what they teaching in school.
Yeah.
So when they get to a job and stuff ain't going the way they want, the real world ain't handling business like your teacher did. You finna
Yeah.
get talked about, fired, whatever else. They don't know how to deal with that because they haven't been equipped with those tools. So
Listen, I'm gonna need all three of y'all to come back, and we're gonna have this discussion about. I always mess it up, Jakia. The pipeline, prison to the
the prison
pipeline.
to school, the school to prison pipeline.
Yes, yes. We don't have to have it because education is a heated discussion,
Yeah.
and things have changed from throughout,
Yeah.
generations to where we're just noticing different things that's happening. So I need to switch the tone real quick and bring up something because I need my girl to be able to say what she needs to say because she gotta skedaddle. So Tremaine.
Yes.
Tell us, because August is National Black Business Month.
Hmm.
And so, Tremaine, you have a business and you've been on the podcast before.
Hmm.
Uh, Mosaic. I mean, let me not say it, but go, that's part of our news. Tell us what's happening this Saturday and what's your business?
Okay, so my business is educating our community on the importance of estate planning. This Saturday, Phi Beta Sigma and the brothers of don't let me mess this up. Bigger is bigger, better business, and it may be switched. Bigger business. I keep getting it mixed up, but they're hosting "Ensuring Your Legacy." Planning for Today, Securing Tomorrow seminar, which will be held this Saturday at 10 o'clock at the Word First Ministries. This is something that everybody should come to if you do not have an estate plan. We'll be talking about what's in your toolbox. If you do not have, what do you have? Do you have the necessary documents in your toolbox to cover you should you pass away or should you become sick? So we will be discussing all the tools that you need in your toolbox. I'll be discussing my book, Life's Blueprint. We'll be talking about this and having hard conversations about planning ahead because a lot of people in our community don't like talking about death, and we definitely don't like talking about what happens should we pass away or should we get sick. We're always left trying to figure it out, and then we have family scuffles.
Big time, big time. Listen, you guys need to make sure you come out on Saturday. It's on Northwestern, 10220 Northwestern, Oklahoma City. It starts promptly at 10 o'clock. So get there by 9:45 so you can have your spot and be ready with your questions and all of those good things. And so she'll be able to answer all those things for you. And so Tremaine, thank you for coming on.
You're
I know you
welcome.
gotta I know you got to rip and run, but thank you for coming on just to share that little bit with us. Where can they find you on social media under your business name and your website?
They can find me on Facebook, Tremaine Francis Luster, or Mosaic Legal Support Services. I'm on there. I'm on Instagram, Mosaic Legal Support. I also have a website, www.mosaiclegalsupportservices.com. You can call me also 214-257-6509. And just to clarify, the name of the business that's also sponsoring this is Bigger Better Business. I wanted to make sure that I get that correct because I do not want to offend anybody. So Bigger Better Business and Phi Beta Sigma will be hosting this Saturday.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you,
You're
sis. I
welcome.
appreciate you coming on. And and I just wanna and we're gonna talk about this. I know you gotta skedaddle, but um life happens within a flash.
Mm-hmm.
Anything
Mhm.
can happen. I mean, we just experienced the loss of our world brother that passed away when he was on his vacation with his family,
Mm-hmm.
and that was devastating to hear about his drowning. Um, and you just never know. You
Mm-hmm.
just never know. Even when, I mean, it could be something as easy as a car accident or getting injured at your job that could easily take your life away or make you to the point to where you're not able to function or make decisions for yourself. And
Yeah.
so what happens when that takes place? What happens? Uh do your family or your wife or your husband or partner, whoever, do they know what to do?
A lot of times, if you don't have those conversations with your loved ones, they're not going to know what to do. When my dad passed, we did not have that conversation and we did not know what to do. We were feeling our way through and just so happen to have a couple of people that poured into us and that helped us on the way. But for the most part, we figured it out ourselves. And that's what a lot of families are doing. But if you have those hard conversations, then it makes it easier. If you tell your family, okay, hey, if something happened to me and I pass away, I want to be buried versus cremated. Or, hey, I prefer this funeral home versus this funeral home. Or maybe if you go into the hospital and you're getting ready to have a major surgery, let's put a medical power of attorney in place. Let's put a financial power, a durable power of attorney in place, because these documents will allow somebody, if you become incapacitated during your surgery, let's just say you went into a coma or something like that, who's going to be able to pay your bills?
Right.
Who's going to be able to make sure that your finances and stuff are still being taken care of? Who do they have access to your bank account? So having these conversations and putting measures in place will help families to avoid conflicts. A lot of the times when somebody passes away, we're going to Facebook to do requests of GoFundMe requests. But if we prepare and we do like a advanced funeral plan and we prepare and we already have this in place just in case, then your life insurance can now go towards supporting your family, supplementing your income versus being buried in the ground. So it's all about preparing. We prepare for weddings. We prepare for baby showers. We prepare for, what is it?
Everything else.
Prom.
Birthdays. I mean, graduation. We prepare for gender reveals, and that's new. But we prepare for everything else but what we all will have to go through, which is passing away one day. So
Right.
that's what my job is. I go and I talk to different people in the community. I talk to people at churches to educate people. Why aren't we planning? Why aren't we planning? Because now our families are being torn apart because we failed to provide them with the instructions of how we want things to be handled.
Mm. That's good. And you know what? I'll admit, my family they don't like to talk about this.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I bring it up, why we gotta talk about this right now? We trying to have, I mean, we trying to have a good time. Or we trying to enjoy? I'm like, well, let's just have this conversation. Let's not get all flustered about it, but let's just think about it for a minute, because if something happens, I want to be able to recall or even have something prepared, you know, if that when that comes around. Because if something happens, I need to know, okay, I need to go to your
Want to
to your
know? Yeah.
drawer or your back room under your mattress or whatever to get
Mhm.
your documents or whatever. But I think we get so afraid of talking about death that
Mhm.
it's like, oh, it's almost like we I feel like we think if we talk about it, then
Yeah.
it's going to happen.
Yeah. But the thing is,
But
Don't put that in
right.
the air.
but
Don't put that in
the
the
truth
universe.
is,
Yeah.
you don't really. A lot of people don't start thinking about planning until they get to a certain age, 60,
Mhm.
70, 80.
Did I
And
start
then
getting
start
sick?
getting sick.
Oh,
So
yeah.
that's
Yeah.
just all in our head. They're not passing away because they prepared. They passed
Yeah.
away because
Absolutely.
God said it's time to come home. Now,
Oh, right.
when it comes to
There you go.
having,
Because you got
right,
to
you're
pass
going to pass
regardless.
regardless.
Yeah.
But when it comes to having these hard conversations, a lot of people are, like you said, afraid to have these uncomfortable conversations. So that's where my book comes in. This book basically has different sections that allow you to just have generic conversations with your family. We don't like, we're so technology driven where we're always on our cell phone. But let's open up this book and say, okay, hey mom, tell me about your family. Where was your mom born? Where was your dad born? Because all of this information that I have in my book is stuff that you would need for an
Yep.
obituary, to prepare a program. If they go into a hospital, this is information that you would need to tell the doctor. If you're in the military, this is the information that you would need to provide to your funeral director to get the military services and things of that nature. When it comes to somebody passing away, this is the information to tell you what type of properties they have, what type of debts they have, what are their passwords to their social media accounts and all of that. So I pretty much, everything that I went through with my dad is now in this book. Everything. So that, and then I'm telling you why. I'm explaining to you why you need this information. because a lot of people say, well, this ain't important. But if you read the section before, I'm telling you, okay, this section is for such and such, so that if something happened, this is what you need to do.
I'm young and I have these
Do me a
conversations. Me, my sisters, we're all in our 30s.
Mhm.
We all have kids. And people, when I started talking about it, I started talking about it at the age of 25 due to the fact that in 2016 I committed suicide and I died and they brought me back.
Oh wow.
That right there had clicked me in to say, if I ever became a mother, what am I going to leave my child?
Mm-hmm.
If I ever anything can happen. That's how I look at life.
Right.
I don't think of what can happen if I look at it what can happen now. So at the age of 32, I already wrote up a will. Already wrote up my what's it called? Power of attorney.
Okay.
And I only trust 2 people with my life. 2.
Yeah.
And it's like, hey, you're over this and you're over this. Me and my son have a life insurance policy. And I've been paying off on that little life insurance policy since I was 26. But I got to make sure he okay. Because when I leave this earth, he's going to be here. He got his dad. He got his family. But if mommy leave, there ain't nothing like a mama's love. I got to make sure he got something. I told them, don't bury me. Cremate me. Let my baby have me. I don't want him. It's so hard for people to walk at a gravesite and be like, dang, they in the ground. Now my sister's sitting right over here. With her picture, I see her every day. Hey, baby.
Yeah.
How you doing? That's the same thing I want for my baby.
Yeah.
If nobody else want my ashes, my 5 years after I bury, I want you to go take me to the ocean and spread my ashes. But I have that. Cremate me. I don't want to be buried. I have a plan. Because people don't think now. Some of my friends that I went to high school with, that was even in sex trafficking with me, they're not here anymore. And their parents are asking for donations, GoFundMe accounts, because nobody wants to have these. I call them hard conversation, crucial conversations. But me being in the program that I was in college before I graduated, a lady came and taught us how to have these conversations. And I'd be like, hey, and I'd start the conversations off with a disclosure. Hey, can we have a hard conversation? That sometimes people are like, oh Lord, what I did, nothing. We need to be adults right now. We need to have a hard conversation. Do you want to be buried?
Right.
Oh, where's that coming from? Because we need to prepare now. I don't know what's going to happen when I walk out my front door. I might not make it back. But because I have this in hand, and one thing my sister Jessica, she taught me this. I didn't have the mindset. I didn't even have the mindset to get a savings account. So it's like one of those things where it's like we genuinely have to prepare for things like this because this is life.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, okay. It's because you got 2 devices.
And I've sat in one of her classes, and I also have her book. Get it. I went through that book and I was amazed at how much stuff was in there that I never would have thought that my family would need. But when I saw it, I'm like, yeah, they're going to need that. That's information that they're going to need to have, that they're going to need to know. So go to that seminar, get that book, put that book back up there. Get that book. When I tell you, get that book, honey, if you get that book and you fill out all them pages in that book, your family they're gonna be stress free because literally everything is in that book and you're looking at it. And like she said, some of that stuff, if you just look at it, you like, I don't need that, but you do. I was flipping through the pages like, dang, I wouldn't even thought of that. Like, yeah. So as somebody who has gone to the seminar and got the book, that's definitely information that you want to have for your love.
Oh, and
because you're not here to tell them, and they already gonna be stressed. Make it easy on.
That's true.
I planned my ex-wife grandmother's whole entire funeral only because I knew how to, and they couldn't function. And I'm not saying that was a bad thing, but when you lose somebody very close to you, especially like your mother,
it's devastating.
I said, I got you. She said, Corey, I don't know what to do. I said, it's okay. I got you.
Yeah.
And I planned the whole entire funeral within like 4 days. She was like, how do you know so much? I said, because I know what it felt like when my mother died and everybody was ringing around the rosy. And I was like, hey, don't she got a life insurance policy? They was like, oh yeah. Okay, now go to the bank. Do this, do that, do this. They was like, how do you know so much? Why don't y'all plan for that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
When God say it's time for us to come home, baby, it's time for us to come home.
It's time for us
Now,
to come home.
sometimes people, I feel sad when people get hurted.
That's an appointment you ain't
different.
never
Right.
gonna
You know what I'm
miss.
saying? I'll be like, dang, you know what I'm saying? Life gone too soon. But
Right.
I tell people all the time, and people look at me upside my head when I say this. God knows your life before you do. He know when you're gonna go left, right, up, down, and side to side. Your death is written in the book of your life. Period.
Yeah.
Just don't come for me too soon, Jesus. Okay, I just got my boots planted to the ground. Like, don't do me like that. But I'm gonna always prepare myself because we just never know.
You just never know. That's true.
I never know.
Wait, Tremaine, I know you had to go, but do you want to tell us where can they find your book? What's your I think she
It's on
froze.
Amazon. Look, it's on Amazon.
It probably is on Amazon. When she comes
I'll
back,
be there. I'll be there Saturday.
It's when you need it. It is a great it is absolutely fantastic resource.
Tremaine, can you hear us? There she goes. She's trying to get back. Well, Tremaine, when you get a moment, because she needs to get her baby, just let us know where they can get your book from. What's the link and stuff? If it's on Amazon. She says she's gonna do something. I'm trying to read lips.
Oh, it's on Amazon.
Okay.
What's the name?
It's on Amazon. Life's Blueprint. And then I was going to tell you, Corey, one thing that I would tell you to do is, since you're trying to plan for your baby and your baby is young, look into doing an advanced funeral plan, which is basically you planning out your funeral and you pay it off.
Okay.
You pay it off. And then in addition to that, it locks in the rate. So you will never pay more than what the cost of a funeral costs of today. So if it costs $10,000 today, then and you pass away 20 years from now, your cost for your funeral is $10,000, whereas somebody else is paying $20,000.
Okay.
And it covers
I already know
everything.
the funeral home. I want to have a service.
Yeah, so
I need to do that.
It's something good. I am an advanced funeral planning consultant, and so we can talk offline or whatever, but that's definitely something that you should consider. That way your life insurance now goes to supplementing your income for your son.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. I will see you Saturday.
All right. I'm gonna get off because she's calling me now.
Okay. Thank
Bye,
you.
Tremaine.
All right, bye.
Okay, I'm trying to I don't know if this will work. I'm gonna try
Trying to do the link.
purchase the book. Yeah, I'm gonna try to make it as a ticker thing.
Okay. See, I found it on Amazon.
Yes. Because you can never be no, I don't want to do that. Can you?
And she didn't say this. She probably just didn't think of it, but it does come in paperback or hardcover.
Oh yeah.
$17.99 for paperback, $25.99 for the hard copy.
See, there you go. You can't go wrong. Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you. Appreciate
It
that.
is, and I'm not. It's a great resource. Man.
Oh, look, I put it in the card.
Yeah. I just said you to put it in your card. Like
Put it in the card. Yep.
Well, listen, I know that we've been on here talking about a variety of things and just to kind of sum everything up, but I appreciate you guys coming on Hot Tea Tuesdays. Because Jakia and Treasure, we usually just kind of chat it up, but we always appreciate extra guests, and because that helps us. Because sometimes we're like, what talk about, and it just flows. It never fails. That things just kind of flow, and we just have a great time every time. So if anyone ever wants to be a special guest on Share the Tea Tuesdays, we welcome you to always come in. You can easily be a guest. It's every Tuesday, regardless of what month it is. And I still do the third Tuesday for Cancer Care Series. But come let's have a discussion, talk about whatever that's on your mind. I mean, it's literally free and we have a good time. And then also, we're in the process of running promotions and commercials. So if you have a small business, or just if you have an event that you would like to highlight or something that's coming up, we would love to run your promotion on our podcast, on our social media, and on our website. So that way, other people across, not just in Oklahoma, but across the globe, can know about what amazing things that you are doing with your organization. And so, with that, I kind of want to tee this up just a little bit, tee it up just a little bit. And I want to say, let me just share this real quick because some people may not know what's the T. So the T is to educate anyone. That's what the T is. It's all about educating because we can always learn something. You're never too old to learn something new. Okay. All right. Now, Corey.
Yes, ma'am.
Hey, girl.
Hey, how you doing?
So I asked Corey if she would mind coming on, well, not right now, but later. She's going to share about her foundation. Can you give us just a little bit of like the name and where they can follow you and
Yes,
hope to learn more because you have some things that's coming up.
yes, I do.
Mhm.
So the name of my nonprofit is Simone Angels Foundation. I have a nonprofit that help felons, sex trafficking survivors that turned into felons get back on their feet. I do groups, peer recovery support specialists, case management, help them get in trade school, college, or just help them start a business. I have two connects that if you are a sex trafficking survivor, you get in a cohort. They pay for your LLC or your nonprofit because that's who helps me. And now I'm in the big cohort that after you graduate, they give you $5,000. So it's a 12-week class, and you collaborate with a lot of women and a lot of men that have been through the same thing that you have been through. And I started my nonprofit because 8 years ago I became a felon, and I went through a roller coaster ride. And the only people that actually watch me go from the bottom to where I am now is the people that's in my circle. When I got a chance to meet Sigma Gamma Rho, they were all love and they welcomed me. And y'all never made me feel like nothing less than like y'all made me feel like I was on top of the world. And to know that I related to women that had weight loss surgery. I just had weight loss surgery in June. And I really love the new Corey that I have become. So I started my nonprofit based off experience because I used to hear people say, oh, people start nonprofits because they feel bad for us and da 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 da. So I really didn't know what to do. I went full-fledged into education because one thing you can't take away from me is my education. It took for one person to ask me, hey, when you get done with your associate's degree, like, Corey, what you doing? And I was like, nothing. You know, it took me 5 years to get these 2 associate's degrees. I'm not, no. And he set me in his office for 45 minutes and I broke down crying. And he was like, you know, let me give you the statistics of Black women in education, Corey. And he ran it down. And I'm a first gen college student out of 8 kids to go to college. I'm also adopted. So I was like, I'm a felon. I don't wear the jacket of a felon, but if I walk into a room or I walk into an interview, that's what I'm going to get judged on. It doesn't matter how much experience I have or what I've been through to say, oh, you can relate to this because that felon is on that black and white piece of paper and it's a violent felon. They're like, I don't get off probation until 2027. And when I had weight loss surgery, and this is how I put my boots to the ground. I had weight loss surgery, and maybe about 2 weeks after I had weight loss surgery, I couldn't go back to work because I was dehydrated, so they let me go. I was like, it's okay, no problem. I still got to put myself first. And I had called my sister, and I was like, I just need a hug. And not because I got let go of my job, it's because weight loss surgery is emotional, especially when you're doing it by yourself. And I was like, she was like, you need a hug. And I was like, I just need a hug. Remind you, a month and a half, she had paid for my advisor had already paid for my 501c3. And I had already said, Lord, if my 501c13 get approved, I'm going to go full-fledged into my nonprofit. So I'm emotional and I step out my front door on my porch and I look over into my mailbox and I grab the mail and it said the IRS. The IRS doing in my mailbox to pay my taxes. And then I opened it and it said, congratulations, you've been 501c3 certified. So then my sister asked me, so what do you want to do? You want to do a soft lunch? And I said, yeah, why not? And she was like, do a back to school batch, Corey. So that's what I'm doing August 30th from 10 to 4 at Edwards Park. It's free. We're going to have a snow cone. We're going to have Kana's Ice come out. Another snow cone from the Northeast Renaissance OKC. Those lovely ladies are going to come out. We're going to have a DJ and we're going to have some karaoke. We're going to have some food. I have some community partners coming out and I would love to see everybody there. And I'm so proud of myself because I'm really just stepping out on faith and giving God everything because I asked for this and I'm going full-fledged into it. And I have to shout out my family. I have to shout out Sister Jessica, my ex-wife Kamaya, the kids. I have to shout out the people that didn't know me but was watching my journey. And the people that I have impacted that I never knew I impacted until they bumped into me like, girl, I follow you on social media. I seen you grow. I love this new Corey. But when I was talking to Miss Jakia, I had told her, I was like, Miss Jakia, that liquid diet did something to me. That liquid diet broke me. And I had to break myself. Because dealing with trauma, being a sex trafficking survivor, being adopted, being abused, I said, do you want that to be your story, Corey? Or do you want to be somebody hope? And I said, I chose to be somebody hope because I remember how it felt to get those no's. No. I'm still getting no's, but I'm no longer in survival mode. So I'm okay now because I know God got me. So when people be like, oh, I can't hire you, it's okay. Thank you for the opportunity for letting me come. Usually it was a crash out. It used to be a crash out. My sister will tell you it used to be like, oh, I just don't understand. Like, oh my God, I got myself in trouble, but this might sound crazy when I say this, but I thank God I became a felon. I thank God I became a felon. Because if I would have never became a felon, and I probably would have still been back home in Houston, I still would have been in prostitution. And that's my God honest opinion because we didn't have positive role models. I have a positive role model, and that's Jessica. And she is there every step of the way with me. She don't judge me. She be like, girl, your journey a little harder than my journey, but I ain't never seen you give up, Corey. And it's not in my blood to give up. I'm too resilient. I go to counseling every day. I get healing. I pray. And throughout everything that I have been in, I never broke my faith. Nobody can take that away from me.
Nobody.
If I have to break myself. Nobody else can break you. When you tired and you tired of the same thing over and over again, you're going to end up breaking yourself. You're going to be like, all right, bye. All right, Lord. All right. All right. Well, there's a will and there's a way, Jesus. You got it.
There's a way.
Baby, you got it. You funny. Because that's how I felt when I walked out on that porch and I saw that 501c3. And I said, ooh, God, you funny. You real funny. You funny.
It came right on time.
Yes, you came right on time. Because
Right
I
on time.
I said, Corey, practice what you preach. I said, I can give the best advice to all my friends and never take my own. I also told myself I had to refill my cup because it was empty. I also had to become selfish, and it is okay to be selfish as long as you're being selfish for a great reason. Not being selfish because nobody's ever going to take Corey's spirit away from her. It's just I had to tell people I can no longer give you my all. I was more involved in your situations than I was involved in my situation because I cared too much.
Right.
The only thing I want to care about is this newborn baby called Simone Angels Foundation that I am bringing up into the world to stand on what my mission is, to plant my feet to the ground and to have more and more and more and more and more and more events come. And I appreciate y'all. I appreciate Sigma Gamma Rho so much. Like, y'all have been a big blessing to me. And I love that because I never thought, and we know, so it's just to still be able to pop up, show up, laugh with you guys, still be welcomed. That is a blessing in itself. And then I got personal relationships with you guys. And I was shocked when Miss B was like, "You want to get on a podcast, Corey?" I was like, "Sign me up! Sign me up! What you doing Tuesday, next Tuesday? What time, baby? I was on the podcast at 5. She said 7:30, Corey.
Right.
I said,
It was
okay.
on at 5 o'clock. I was like,
Yes. Like, she was like,
yes.
7:30, I'll be back. But I really appreciate it. I appreciate the opportunities. I am trying to tell my story inside of the prisons. I know that's a little hard to do when you're still a felon, but somebody's going to hear my story and somebody's going to be like, I need her. I graduated from OSU, OKC, and Rose State last year in 2024. I have 2 degrees, and then May of 2026, I will be graduating with my Bachelor's of Arts in Human Service Counseling with a minor in criminal justice. In the summer of 2026, I will
Come on, criminal justice.
and I will be graduating in 2027 with my master's in administration and criminal justice because I'm full-fledged into what I'm doing. And I'm also trying to get a bill passed called the Second Chance Rehabilitation Act, where felons that have violent felons, and there are restrictions to this bill, but where felons that finish their probation, because if you know the law, you have to get off probation. I get off probation 2027. I can't go get a pardon into 2032. That's 15 years I gave Oklahoma. 15 years I gave Oklahoma my life without getting in trouble. That's not fair. I gave you 10 years of that. Why do I have to wait for you to seal my record? So I full-fledged went throttle, did a whole bill. It's 6 pages. It tells you who can qualify for it, who can't qualify for it. But if you have completed your probation with no new charges, didn't catch any charges, you pay all your fees, all your dues, all your fines, they seal your record. And nobody can get into your record. So that's what I'm fighting for right now.
Please keep us updated on that.
Definitely.
Because I'm a criminal justice major as well. And I am in 100%. I do not like the way felons are treated in this country. You can literally make one mistake and it has the propensity to follow you for the rest of your life, no matter how much.
And I knew
after that. And I think
so I had went to go do an interview for DHS in the beginning of this year. And I was very honest. I was like, hey, I'm a felon. I have a burglary 1. I caught this 8 years ago. They was like, oh, it's a case-by-case basis. I ended up getting offered the job. And an hour and a half later, they took it back because they said my background. I was like, I told you my background. I'm very honest with everybody. And I also tell people, listen, I don't want to waste your time. You see my credentials, you see my experience, but I'm a felon. If you're not second chance, I appreciate this is how I'm approaching it. I appreciate the opportunity just for allowing me to be in your presence and tell my story. But if I know I'm going to get flagged because of my background, I'm not going to even go pay the money to go get my fingerprints. But I appreciate you.
Right.
I appreciate you. So I said, baby, let me just go ahead and go full throttle, full-fledged.
It's definitely time.
Yes, because my whole thing is y'all throw felons out there to the wolves. This is why the cycle continues to keep repeating. For me, it was one of those things like I'm not going back to the county. I sat in the county from August all the way up until February. I'm not doing that. And they would not take the 10 years off the table. They wanted, I said it's so crazy. If then I would have took those 10 years, I would have got out of prison this year because it was 8 years and they wanted me to do the 8 years violent. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to jail behind a fight. But because it's a burglary 1 and how the situation happened, I got into a fight with a young lady. I ended up kicking her front door in. I ended up dragging her out of her house, beating her up again. And they ended up charging me with burglary 1. And when everybody hear my story, they'd be like, you got charged with burglary 1 over a fight, Corey? And I'm like, yeah, all because they said how the door got kicked in. I said, I take full responsibility for what I did, baby. I was 23 and was deep in the streets. I came from Houston, Texas. I knew nothing about Oklahoma. And probably at that time I had a I don't care attitude. Real bad, stank attitude, and didn't even have no guidance because I was already running from one place to try to get into a safe haven, but still had my guards up. Do I appreciate being a felon? Yeah. You want to know why? I look at life a whole different way. My story will encourage somebody my story will give somebody hope. Like, man, Corey a felon. Half of the times people don't even know that. They see me, they be like, girl, you smiling, you out here. Yeah, but y'all don't know what was going on behind closed doors. Only that family know. In and out
Behind the
of
scenes. Yep.
in and out of this, in and out of that. I say, but I never lost faith. And I said, God, wherever you want me to plant my feet, please let me know. And I was going to jobs that my whole thing was, it's not fulfilling my purpose. And I think at a point in my life, I had to tell myself, you got to stop settling, Corey. That's not what God wants you either. Stop trying to go left, trying to make you go right. Stop fighting against him. In 2025, it has all been about Corey and Corey putting her boots to the ground, because I'm no longer fighting against God's plan. I can't keep whining and asking him to put me in a position where I know it's going to make me feel comfortable, regardless if I'm broke, if I'm not broke, because them donations going to come in. But then I have to tell myself, if this is something that you want to do, you got to stop being scared. God had already made it a way for you, Corey. You got to stop being scared. Then me, myself, and I had to have a conversation and say, you got to practice what you preach, and you got to put yourself first. I try to tell my clients, do not allow this felony to consume you, because it consumed me for 5 years. It consumes me for 5. I just don't know. I'm talking about crying, breaking down, in and out of the psychiatric hospital. I want to be independent. I got a child to take care of. I don't want to be a statistic. I don't want to be this. I never gave up on my education. I got those degrees. I'm still getting those degrees. But it's a lot that comes with it. Your mental health messes up. It consumes you. You wear this jacket. Nobody wants to give you a chance. People say they second chance friendly, and they're not. It's stipulations on what kind of felony do you got? How long have you been on this felony? What did you do after this felony? When I went to college, they told me no. They denied my application.
Wow.
That is a class that I teach in my group, that if you're thinking about going to a 4-year university, not the community colleges, if you're thinking about going to a 4-year university, I want you to understand they're going to deny your application because you're a felon. They don't ask you what kind of felon you is. They ask you, have you ever been a felon? You say yes. They denied me. I had to go to the courthouse and get my affidavit and my certificates that I did in anger management. And I had to go up there and I had to tell these people my story and tell them where I'm at, for them to say, you can come to school.
And for me, that is so counterproductive, because when people, the job of the jails was supposed to be rehabilitation. But if you serve your time to society, you serve your time, you pay your debt to society, when you come out, you still have this tag that follows you. Now, recidivism is high, because if I'm a felon, I come out, I may be on probation. You want me to work? You want me to pay restitution? I got to meet with my PO ensuring that I'm doing blah, 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 blah. But if I'm a felon, it may take me several months to find somebody that will employ me. And even when I find employment, I'm not finding employment that's paying a livable wage, because most of the places that I'm going to be able to find are minimum wage. So I got to live, and I got to pay restitution, and I got to see this PO, which means I have to
and
take
you
got
to pay $40 every time you got to see them.
Right.
Yes, ma'am. And Oklahoma is an at-will state. So if my employer decides, I'm mad because you took off today to go see your PO, guess what they can do? Fire me. And I have no legal recourse.
I got out of the county.
Because felony status is not a protected discrimination class. So we set people up to fail. That is essential what felonies do. They set people up to fail. And then when they end up back in jail, then everybody is, oh, they're a career criminal. They can't. What else can they do?
There's no winning. When I got out in 2017, CEO is where I went. I was making $7.25 an hour. I was bringing home $42 a day, and I was also homeless.
Yes, ma'am.
So I had to go live in a busted down, run down hotel, and I had to revert back to
Yeah.
prostitution just to survive.
Because as a felon, there are certain places you can't live.
Mhm.
I hate that. So that's why I said, please keep us updated on that bill and let me know what I
Yes,
can do to
ma'am.
help, because that is one of the things that I hate the most. Like, we are literally setting these people up to fail, and then when they fail, we condemn them for falling into a trap
Yeah.
that we set. We put 10-foot deep holes in front of them, and when they fell in one, then we blame them for falling
I
into
am
the hole.
so glad
Like that. I
didn't-
listen. I
Yeah,
stay
I'm
on a
so glad
soapbox
for
about
me.
that. I could go on and on and on.
I
won't,
didn't
but
reoffend. I didn't reoffend. I've been clean
Yeah.
for like 8 years.
yeah.
Something in your mind gonna.
But there are so many people.
But it's
that
a lot.
do,
That's what I'm saying,
because there are
because
so many
when
people
I was
that-
locked
that
up in 2016
aren't
in the
that
county,
strong.
it's so many people that I know that have went back, and they like they
Yes.
asked me this question like it's a normal question. You ain't been back to the county for what? For what?
Yes.
It's hard out here. I know.
Mhm.
I know.
Mhm.
I ain't gonna say it is, baby. I was homeless. Baby, I was homeless with a 3-week-old. A 3-week-old. I know. I
Yeah.
say, but I had to shift. Something had to shift. And I went into education. Because one thing you can't never take away from me is my education. You can't take that away from me. Because I know in the long run,
Mhm.
it's gonna come in handy. Because playing with me is insane.
Mhm.
I gave you my time. You wanted 10 years, I gave you that.
Mhm.
Leave me alone. They was like, well, how do you do it?
Yes, and that's how it should be.
I've been in Oklahoma since 2016. Last year, I was trying to do a pardon. Remind you, these people don't explain to you on the application that you got to complete. I say, well, I think that's kind of weird, because if a person got 5 years and a parole date show up, why do they get out? But if you out here on probation and you trying to get a pardon, oh no, you gotta wait for you to get off probation. And then on top of that, you gotta wait 5 years after you get off probation to get a pardon. I beg your biggest pardon. I beg your biggest pardon.
Yep.
So not only do I have to wait, that 10 years already sitting there. You telling me I genuinely can't go into a career that I really want to go into until like 2-3 years after I get off probation, because that felon's still gonna sit there.
Yes. And that's the unfair part.
Yeah.
Once your time is finished and you haven't reoffended, that felony.
I don't even
should be
understand why they don't look at it like that. So if I gave you 10 years of my life, I did.
I will tell you why. I'll tell you why. Prison is.
I gave
Right.
you 10 years
Prison
of my life.
is big.
You
My
telling
neck.
me you gonna be over my head for the next 5 years
Yes.
until I can say, hey, shut this down?
Yes.
Mhm.
No,
Yes.
I don't like that. That's why I came up with this.
Because the hope is that you
That you don't
reoffend
mess up.
so we can send you back, because prison is big
You ain't
business.
gonna-
We make
you
a
ain't gonna catch me
lot of
slipping.
money, and I say we, but prison is big business. They make a
yeah.
lot of
I
money
tell people that.
sending people to jail
I tell people
constantly.
that.
So they stack the deck against you so that you reoffend, so they can keep them beds filled, so they can
Yeah.
keep that money coming in.
And my bill also
Yep.
have a rehabilitation plan to it. Also, it also has a part where we partner with the Department of Labor. And in the Department of Labor, baby, we keeping statistics, because this is what I ask people: if somebody get off probation and they successfully get off probation, are you checking up on them to ask them what they got going on in their life? No, you don't.
No.
Or did they go to school? Did they get a high school diploma? Did they get everything that you wanted them to get? Did they get a trade? Did they become a homeowner? Did they become a husband, a wife? Anything? We not on y'all. My whole thing is y'all don't want to see the good side of what you tried to bring down. That's what I look at.
Yeah.
You don't want to see the good side. Yeah. Oh, you don't want to know that Corey got out of the county and Corey built herself up and didn't get back in trouble. Because I tell people like this: if I get in trouble today or tomorrow, and this is a reality. If I get in trouble today or tomorrow, You know my time gonna start over? I wasted 8
Mhm.
years of my life trying to stay from out of trouble.
Mhm.
You think I'm going back and only got 2 years? No,
No.
we're
Mhm.
not doing that. You have to have a strong mindset. Me, I'm first of all, I'm too old to go to jail. I'm too old. I don't like the county. I don't like the way they got the county. When they talking about bed bugs and stuff is cold. No, I don't want it. I don't want it. Plus, I got a child that's still dependent on me. So anything
Yep.
that I can avoid, I don't even put myself in a situation where people want to go out. No, I'm cool. I'm just gonna sit in the house. I'm straight. We can go on vacation though. I'm not
Yep.
doing it. I have been in the adult clubs at the age of 12. I didn't experience this. This is what y'all like. At the age of 32, my friends are having fun in the club. Like, girl, come on. No, I'm gonna go ahead and go over here to this karaoke bar and sing my heart out. That's what I'm about to go do.
Mhm.
I had to
Yep.
change how I think. I have to change the way how I looked at this world that as a felon I live in. I live in the
Yeah.
justice system world. And because
Yeah.
y'all don't know
Yeah.
what I'm doing, y'all don't know nothing that I'm doing. Nothing. Y'all don't know that I got 2 degrees, got a non-profit. That don't matter to y'all. I'm trying to see if you gonna slip up.
Mm-mm.
And when you slip up, you gonna find out.
That's
And
it.
that's all you care about.
Because your success is not profitable to
profitable.
them. That's why they don't care.
That's sad.
That's why they don't care. Your success is not profitable. The criminal justice system working the way it was originally supposed to be designed to work is not profitable.
Not at all.
Criminal justice system working as a rehabilitation method is not profitable because that means people come in, they go out, and they never come back. I can't make
Money
no
off
money
that,
like
right?
that. I can't make no money if you don't ever come
Mhm.
back. I got to do something to ensure that you come back, to ensure that
And I'm
I
gonna
can
make it
continue
hard
to
because when
make
you
money.
become a violent felon, and that's a lot of times that people don't understand. When you become a violent felon, like me, oh baby, they make
Mhm.
it hard.
Oh baby. Oh baby. I know several violent felons. That's why I'm like, yeah.
They make it so hard
And
for
it and
you.
it doesn't matter how long ago it was. That stays with them forever. I don't, even down to things like voting rights. Why they can't vote?
I don't understand how a president won.
But they said, but
I just
but
feel
they
like
said,
I just feel like the only thing a job application should ask you is if you a registered sex offender.
Mm. Now,
I 100%
Just
agree
saying.
with that.
right.
Even my bill says that if you are a registered sex offender, had any crimes, rape, incest, anything, you cannot be on this bill. What you did is what you did. Stay
Mhm.
away.
Mhm.
Well, listen,
Mhm.
you guys have only received a snippet. It was a lot of a snippet, but it was a snippet of Corey's story. And so we definitely have to invite her to come back so she can share more about her foundation, how you can support,
How y'all
and
can
just
come and be involved.
yes, how you can
Be a
be
client.
be a client, make
Be a client.
referrals, the whole 9 yard. Don't forget to take a screenshot of the back to school bash that's happening at the end of this month at Edwards Park from 10 to 4. So her information is listed on here. And then you can also find her on social media. But she's going to come back on the podcast and so that way we can solely focus on her foundation. And of course, we'll have a lot more time. So I do appreciate you, Corey, for coming on and being transparent. I mean, I appreciate that. Yes, yes.
Yes,
Oh, someone
yes.
said, go, Corey.
Yes, I try. And I be so raw and real about what I've been through because my story made me who I am. And I'm very grateful for that. I'm very grateful for Courtney and Jessica. And I'm just grateful for the women that are in my life. They are so empowering. And they be like, girl, you got this. You the strongest person I know, girl. You got it. Don't give up. And I just be like be ready to cry because people really do believe in you, even when you feel like
Yeah.
giving up on yourself. And I know that's my next event that's coming up is a women empowered brunch to
Come on
celebrate
with it.
women, to celebrate women, and I'm going to have that in February. So that will be my next event. We're going to get through this first one, but that is my next event. A Women Empower Lunch.
You have an amazing testimony. Please don't
Yes,
ever
ma'am.
stop sharing.
For saying that, Kia. Yes, because
Thank
your
you.
story, you never know. Your story is helping someone else, empowering someone else. Somebody's going to listen to
Absolutely.
this podcast, whether it's a month or a year later, and they're going to be like, you know what? She's absolutely right.
Yeah. And
So
don't give up.
never.
Don't let your past define your future.
There you
Don't,
go.
don't do that. Don't let that
That's
happen.
it.
Because that's a lot of times, and a lot of times I have to tell people, like, don't use your past as a clutch. You have to rewrite your story.
Yeah.
And however you rewrite your story is how you rewrite it. But the people that you come along with, because Lord knows I never thought that the people that I will be able to, the doors that I will be able to walk in and tell my story, they listen. They listen. They was like, this the justice system? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That part.
That's the justice system for you.
Well, thank you, ladies. I appreciate you guys coming on Share the Tea Tuesdays. And until next week, we'll be back again with another segment of the podcast. And if you ever want to be on the show or just want to share your story or even just do some promotions, just reach out to me. My website is sharethetllc.org. All my information is listed on there. And until then, we're going to be intentional, be insightful, and be impactful in everything that we do because we share the tea. We don't spill it. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
Y'all have a good night.
Peace.
You can find Share the Tea Tuesdays podcast on all podcast stations and follow Share the Tea LLC on social media by typing the @ at Share the Tea with V. That's V as in victory. That's the @ followed by Share the Tea with V. That's V as in victory. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and tune in every week. Find Share the Tea Tuesdays on all social media platforms. Just use the @ at Share the Tea with V. Again, that's V as in victory. The website, sharethetllc.org. Now, pour up that cup of tea. Let's talk, baby.